He drops back, throws.
No!
It's intercepted.
Hello, boys and girls. I am Flipper55 with Fat Finger Gaming, and welcome to the 2015 Week 10 Fat Finger Recap. Now, normally I go about looking for a quick good, the bad, the ugly. This week I feel inspired by the greatness that I watched, and therefore we're going to do the good, the great, and the absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. The good goes to Cody Kessler and the number 6 USC Trojans. They played host to their Pac-12 South Division rival, Arizona Wildcats, number 10, undefeated, versus a 7-1 USC squad. The winner, more than likely, will take the Pac-12 South. From the very start, it was a back-and-forth ball game for which every time Arizona would put the ball in the end zone to get up by 7, USC would take just about a minute to get down the field and tie the ball game. All that would change late in the second half when USC would start to pull away. Cody Kessler dropping back, not finding anybody, would take it himself and get down to about the 50-yard line. Later in that drive, Kessler would drop back, be flushed out of the pocket by Bonda, throw downfield to William Clark. He'd break a tackle at the 20-yard line, get it inside the 15-yard line. Kessler and Clark would hook up again on this little pass over the middle, getting it down to the Arizona Wildcats 1. Justin Davis would then take it in, and USC would have their first lead of the day, 21-14. 9 seconds left to go in the second half. Kessler throws downfield. Juju Smith takes it within the 30-yard line. They miss the field goal, but as you can see, USC is starting to roll. USC's first drive of the second half, they pick up where they left off. Well, this is a nice throw to William Clark. Clark takes it down to the 35-yard line. Kessler again dropping back. He looks, can't find anybody. He will run, and he will take it up to past the 50-yard line into Arizona territory. Clark dropping back, throws over the middle. Juju Smith, who takes it inside the 20-yard line. Kessler dropping back. Looks. Finally, he's just going to run it. Someone's got to be there to tackle him. No, they're not going to get him. And USC 28, Arizona 14. Start of the fourth quarter, Arizona Wildcats are driving. They're on the USC Trojans' 45-yard line, down 31-17, looking to get back into this ball game. Anu Solomon drops back, fires, finds a wide open Khalib Jones. Down the sidelines he goes, gets tackled at the 5-yard line. And then on the very next play, Jared Baker will punch it in, cutting the USC Trojans' lead to 7 as Arizona trying to get themselves back into this ball game, down 31-24 now. But Cody Kessler and the Trojans' offense was just too much for Arizona to handle and on fire today. As Kessler drops back, looks, hits Juju Smith over the middle, down inside the 35-yard line. Then Kessler will drop back, will hit Harris down inside the 25-yard line. Later in that drive, on the 20-yard line, Kessler drops back, hits William Clark down inside the 5-yard line. Then Kessler running an option pass, pitch out to Justin. Scooby almost has him in the backfield, but Justin will walk in for a 38-24 lead. And that is how it will end, folks. USC takes firm control of the Pac-12 South, continues their hopes to making a college football playoff, will face Oregon next week. And it was Cody Kessler, 29 completions, 5 passes, horrible completion percentage, but still throws for 377 yards and 1 touchdown in a very important win for the USC Trojans. The great is going to go to the TCU Horned Frogs, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, for giving us a spectacular game and a fourth quarter I have not seen in a long time. Early on in the game, Oklahoma State Cowboys quarterback J.W. Walsh will go down, and Mason Rudolph will replace him. The last time we saw Mason Rudolph, it was in Manhattan. He was completely inept, and Oklahoma State left Manhattan with a big L to the Wildcats, 24-10. So you think at this point in time, TCU is going to blow this team out? Yeah, don't think so. Mason Rudolph must have learned something from that Manhattan loss. because Mason Rudolph leads his team down the field. And Raymond Taylor, filling in for Tariq Hill, will run this in from about 7 yards out, giving Oklahoma State a 10-point lead. And for the second week in a row, TCU will have a double-digit deficit to contend with. But on the ensuing kickoff, it's going to be Aaron Green. He's going to take it at the goal line, break 1 tackle, break 2 tackles. He's going to go all the... I don't think so. Anyways, down at the 10-yard line, Trayvon Boykin will look left. He will find his man, Josh Doxson, with a touchdown and cut the TCU lead to 3. With 34 seconds left to go in the half, Trayvon Boykin dropping back, throws, finds Dante Gray in the back of the end zone, and that will give TCU a 28-24 lead. Then Trayvon Boykin will throw, hit Josh Moore down to the 1-yard line. BJ Catalone will take it in, and TCU will be up 35-24. Unfazed by the TCU offensive onslaught, Rudolph Mason brings the Cowboys down the field not once but twice, capping off the second drive with this 10-yard scamper in for a touchdown. And Oklahoma State, with 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter, is up 38-35. Now fourth quarter action, TCU down 44-38. Trayvon Boykin looks. He throws down the sidelines, and Josh Doxson breaks a tackle, and Derek Robinson will not catch him, and TCU goes up 45-44 midway through the fourth. Now Mason Rudolph filling in for the injured J.W. Walsh is trying to take his Oklahoma State team down the field for the late lead. TCU 48, Oklahoma State 44, minute 45 left to go in the game. Rudolph drops back, throws, hits James Mason, going to be out at the 45-yard line. Rudolph drops back, throws, hits David Glidden, he's going to be down to the 40-yard line. Mason Rudolph drops back, throws, hits David Glidden, he's going to be down to the 25-yard line. Now they're going to give it to Renee Childs, who is filling in for the injured Raymond Taylor. Raymond Taylor was filling in for the injured Tariq Hill. It doesn't matter who you put in, we're getting in the end zone and taking the 51-48 lead with a minute 28 left to go in the game. Minute 23 left to go in the game. It is 51-48. Oklahoma State. Trayvon Boykin needs to at least get in field goal range, but let's just go for the touchdown. There's Trayvon Boykin delivering a dart to Colby Listenby. Then Trayvon Boykin throws Josh Doxson down inside the 40-yard line. Then Trayvon Boykin drops back. He will throw over the middle to Jordan Moore. He'll break 2 tackles and into the end zone. And TCU now has a 55-51 lead here with 40 seconds left to go in the game. Can Mason Rudolph actually pull this off and upset number 9 TCU? Oklahoma State taking over their own 25-yard line. 50 seconds left to go. Rudolph drops back, hits James Washington over the middle. That's going to be down to the 33-yard line. Now Rudolph drops back. Going to hit Raymond Taylor down to the 45-yard line. Rudolph drops back. Time ticking down. Hits Doug Keys. He's going to be down 2nd and 1. Rudolph drops back. He's going to look. Oh, he's going to be sacked by J.D. Collier, forcing a 4th and 6. Oklahoma State, last chance. Maybe 11 seconds left to go. Rudolph dropped back. Shakes in the pocket. Throws to Aitman. And no! Kai Calvin is there for the stop, and TCU survives in Stillwater. 55-51. Absolutely wonderful game. Loved it. A lot of excitement. Was completely drained after that game. And again, TCU scores over 50 points. Their offense is real. Look at the offensive statistics there. Both teams over 700 yards, total yards. A lot of fun for the game. Rudolph, you got to give it up to the man in relief. 35 for 52, 406 yards. No touchdowns for some reason, but that's basically because Tariq Hill, anytime they got close, Rudolph would either take it in or he would just hand it off for the touchdown. On the other side, you got Trevor Boykin, 39 for 58, almost 600 yards and 5 touchdowns. That guy has now just started surpassing the field as far as quarterback passing yards, touchdowns, all that. Maybe we might actually see him in the Heisman race again. Anyways, we are going to go on to the next one. The absolutely breathtakingly beautiful game. The absolutely breathtakingly beautiful game goes to Auburn and Texas A&M. The winner of this game, in my opinion, wins the West. First drive of the ball game, an uncharacteristic Auburn team comes out on fire. Jeremy Johnson throws to Duke Williams. He runs over a man, gets down into Texas A&M territory. Then Jeremy Johnson throws out to Marcus Davis. He's going to take it to around the 30-yard line, push pass out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Then Jeremy Johnson's going to throw this one inside the 15-yard line to Jason Smith. Back to an Auburn pound game. It's going to be Peyton Barber down inside the 5-yard line. Then Peyton Barber's going to finish it off, giving Auburn a first drive touchdown. I've got to say that's probably the first of the year for Auburn. So believe it or not, we're going to skip ahead to the first drive of the second half. It was a beautiful first half, back and forth, 21-21, but there's only so many highlights we can actually show. Texas A&M with the ball. Kyle Allen throws out. This is going to be Ricky Seals-Jones. Now Kyle Allen throw over the middle of Parker. He'll get it across into Auburn territory. Kyle Allen again throws out. That's going to be Parker again. This time a handoff to Carson, trying to change things up, and he gets a good, nice 12 yards on that play. Little fake handoff to Allen and Parker again. Allen's going to throw to Gonzalez. Hit him on the sidelines with 2 yards shy of the end zone, but it's going to be Carson who's going to take it in and give Texas A&M a 28-21 lead. On the ensuing drive, Auburn driving on the Texas A&M 34-yard line, faced with a 3rd and 1. Jeremy Johnson will drop back, have to kick it down to Marcus Hall. Marcus Hall will be knocked out of bounds shy of the first down, which means 4th and 6. Let's go for a field goal, right? No! This is the SEC West. This is for all the marbles. This is for Auburn. This is for anybody that possibly ever lived in Alabama that doesn't root for the Crimson Tide. We're going for it. Jeremy Johnson drops back. He throws. He's got his man. First down to Jason Smith. The drive continues. Auburn looking to tie this game up. Jeremy Johnson rolls out. Oh, and he's hit by Obai, whatever the hell his name is. And Jason Garrett will recover the fumble and stop the Auburn threat right there. After the fumble, Texas A&M will take over on their own 14-yard line. Kyle Allen will drop back. He'll throw, and there's Parker again. Allen drops back. Breaks the tackle from President, and Chris will bring him down at the 50-yard line. Allen drops back, fires to Sabian. Holmes gets it inside the Auburn 40-yard line. Allen drops back. Throws it out to Carson this time on the sidelines. Allen drops back, looking deep for Ricky Seals-Jones, and that is going to be a Texas A&M touchdown. They take a commanding 35-21 lead with 4:54 left to go in the game. But you know what? This wouldn't be a game if Texas A&M pulled away there. As on the very next play from scrimmage, it is going to be Jeremy Johnson just taking it right up the middle, breaking a tackle, beautiful blocking, 75 yards for the touchdown, and Auburn is back in this one, only down by 7 now, 35-28, in a mere 8 seconds tick off the clock. So how does Texas A&M and Kyle Allen respond? Well, they respond with a vicious offensive strike. That's how the Aggies respond. That's how they've responded all year. Kyle Allen drops back, looks, throws down the sidelines, and a leaping Josh Reynolds gets the ball over Jonathan Jones. This time, Kyle Allen will throw over the middle and complete it to Ricky Seals-Jones. Kyle Allen drops back, throws, looking for Parker, and Blake Countess picks it off. He undercuts the ball, read it beautifully, and saves Auburn from going down 2 scores again. So Auburn takes over, needing to drive 90 yards to tie this ball game. 3:42 left to go in the game. Jeremy Johnson is going to keep it, convert the first down, going to be down to the 30-yard line. Jeremy Johnson is going to throw out to Paul Henry. He's going to get it down to the 47-yard line. Jeremy Johnson has all day in the pocket, will throw. He will hit a diving Jalen Denson down to the 20-yard line. Jeremy Johnson, fake handoff. That's going to be Jason Smith down to the 6-yard line. 3rd and goal. Jeremy Johnson throws. That's going to be Duke Williams for the touchdown. We are all tied up with 56 seconds left to go. Plenty of time for Texas A&M to get down the field and score and win this one. So Texas A&M has the ball. All they have to do is kick a field goal and win this game. 48 seconds left. They're on their own 26-yard line. Kyle Allen throws. He hits Sabian Holmes down to the 49-yard line. Already they got a big chunk of change right there. Allen drops back. Hits Josh Reynolds. He's down to the 40-yard line. And what are you doing? There's 30 seconds left. Snap the ball. You need more yards to get into field goal range. What are you doing? Why are you saving it for the last second? Oh my God. And Kyle Allen will drop back and just fire to a blade of grass downfield over Sabian Holmes. It would not matter because he would have been tackled anyways, and we would have gone into overtime regardless. In the first overtime, it's going to be Auburn who gets the ball first. And right off the bat, Jeremy Johnson, right up the middle, 25 yards for the touchdown. Auburn up 42-35. But of course, here comes Kyle Allen's response. He's going to go into the end zone for Ricky Seals-Jones, and it's going to be Blake Countess that knocks the ball down, forcing a 4th and 6. Kyle Allen drops back, looking to convert 4th and 6. Yeah, come on, man. The game ends not on a tackle shy of the first down. It ends on a drop ball. Great game overall. I know it ends on a drop ball. Don't worry about that box score up there. The final score was 42-35 in overtime. Jeremy Johnson, 302 yards, 1 touchdown, was there when his... You want to look at the rushing yards, almost 200 yards. That is a whole ton of yards combined, plus 3 touchdowns on the rushing side, 1 touchdown on the passing side. Amazing performance by him. You look on the other side, Kyle Allen, 40 for 67, 40 completions on 67 attempts, 497 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. You got to give it to Kyle Allen. You have to give it to Crayon Parker was absolutely amazing. 11 catches, 153 yards. Ricky Seals-Jones, 7 catches, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. This game was great for the reason of it was close. It was great played. Great plays in the ball game, including on defense. You had the Blake Countess interception. You had the Jason Garrett recovery for a fumble after Obiha for Texas A&M sacked Jeremy Johnson, which turned into a touchdown that looked like it was going to put Texas A&M up for good. So you had great plays all around, great game, absolutely amazing. It was the second game of my Twitch broadcast. I love it when the Twitch broadcasts are great. I don't know if I can say anything more, but just say this. It was absolutely just amazingly beautiful, breathtakingly beautiful, whatever. Amazingly astonishing, breathtaking, beautiful. Great game. Probably will be the game of the year. Hopefully not. I would love to see a game top this game. So let us segue into what this means for the SEC West. We'll go over all the divisions and clinching, some clinching scenarios, yada, yada, yada. Auburn is now number 1, 5-1, which basically means at this point, since Auburn and Alabama play in the Iron Bowl, it means a team has to make 6 wins to at least tie for the division lead. Arkansas is not going to make it. They've got Jonathan Williams out for the season. Brandon Austin, their starting quarterback, out. they're not reaching 6 wins. Mississippi State has a chance. They would have to beat Alabama, and then they get to play that same banged up Arkansas team, and then a Chad Kelly-less Ole Miss. Those two should be wins. They just have got to beat Alabama next week. LSU, guess what? Their next 2 weeks' opponents, banged up Arkansas, a Chad Kelly-less Ole Miss. Those should be 2 wins for LSU. But here's the thing. Their last game of the season is against Texas A&M. And I'm going to tell you right now, no way LSU wins that ball game. So, none of the teams, you have 5 teams still mathematically eligible. So all these teams go out. Who are you left with? Of course, the Iron Bowl. The winner of the Iron Bowl, winner of the Iron Bowl wins the division. Simple as that, and goes on to face Georgia. Now, something happened. I've tried 3 different times and 3 different ways to get the Georgia-Kentucky game on YouTube. The good news is it wasn't a well-played game. It was close. Georgia did win and clinch the SEC East. The Kittens of Kentucky, the Kittens of Chaos, unfortunately could not reap the chaos that I wanted to send the SEC East into, but they reaped chaos on my YouTube upload. So they got their chaos in there. So let's go to the other divisions here. In the Atlantic, Louisville, all Louisville has to do is beat Virginia and Pitt, and they go on, and they are going to beat Virginia and Pitt. Simple as that. So I'm basically saying they will clinch the division. Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech play this week. Georgia Tech, Miami play next week. So Georgia Tech has a very good shot at winning out and going to the ACC Championship to play Louisville. Miami needs just to win 2 out of 3 games. So they need just to beat Georgia Tech and beat either Pitt or UNC to go to the ACC Championship. Undefeated number 2 team in the nation. They've got other things on their mind than just going to the ACC Championship, but obviously you got to get there first in order for that to happen. So there is a little drama, but we're pretty much looking at we're looking at a Louisville Miami or Louisville Georgia Tech ACC Championship unless something really, really happens. We are not even close to deciding the Big 12. Oklahoma Baylor play this week, and then it's going to be Oklahoma TCU, and TCU and Baylor will play like one of the last weeks of the season. No real win scenarios there. Same with the Big Ten. There's a lot of games to be played. Michigan State, Penn State have to play. Ohio State, Michigan State have to play. There's a lot there. The only thing we do know is, unfortunately, Michigan with getting upset by Minnesota and then upset by Rutgers. They're out of what I thought was going to be this awesome 4-team race. And Wisconsin has clinched it. They are the Big Ten West champions. They're looking to go undefeated. That way they can be in the Big Ten championship, rated number 1 and undefeated. And with all eyes from the nation on them. Pac-12 North, Oregon. Simple as that. Oregon will face USC not next week, as I said earlier, but the week after. USC with a win over Arizona, basically in the driver's seat, and it looks like the winner of the UCLA. If USC beats UCLA, they go to the Pac-12 championship and will play Oregon. Now, remind you, they still have a couple other games to play, like against Colorado. But it is what it is. USC beats UCLA. They will go and face Oregon in the Pac-12 championship. We're going to take a little look at the Heisman watch. I was really, really hoping to see Trayvon Boykin back up in this thing. He's not. Corey Clement, after a 500-yard game against Maryland, almost 500 total yards. Almost 500 yards rushing. He is way up there. He may not be stopped anymore. Braxton Miller has fallen. BJ Catalone has fallen. Chad Kelly out for the rest of the season, but at least he can say he was on this list and stayed on this list for a long time. He was off the list. He'd been on it for a couple weeks. He got off the list, and now at least he's back on. But he's done for the season. We will see him next year unless there's some weird, unless he jumps with what he's got. There is no change in recruiting this week, so we'll go dip straight to the top 25. The selection committee, I'm not going to even do it. I thought about it. There are so many stupid scenarios. I'm not going to do it. What I'm going to say is about the selection committee, the most probable 4 that are going to get in would be an ACC championship, which Miami plays Louisville. The winner gets in. Big Ten championship between Wisconsin and Ohio State or Michigan State. They'll get in. Then you'll have probably the Big 12 champion get in. And the Pac-12 champion, Oregon versus USC. That championship will get in. A 2-loss Auburn squad, even though I really do feel like they are one of the best teams in the nation. Just that loss to Louisville is really looming large, and I can't seem to knock anybody off. I don't know, but that's where we're at. So we'll run down the top 25 real quick. Wisconsin, no change in the top 4. USC jumps Ohio State after beating Arizona. Navy jumps up to number 9. They will not be in the 14 playoff. I can tell you that right now. I don't care if they go undefeated. They will have to wait to get their glory when I expand it out to a 32-team playoff after this season is done. Georgia will take on Auburn, number 10 versus number 14. There they are, 8-1. They're trying to get into the playoff hopes, but Georgia, you only score 1 offensive touchdown against Florida and 1 offensive touchdown against Kentucky. I don't think you're going to beat Auburn. I can tell you that right now. But if you somehow manage to squeak by Auburn, I can't do it. There are so many other teams that I'd want to put in other than Georgia. I'd have to replay. No, not happening. UAB, no longer a program, but yet people are still ranking them 11th. I'm assuming that's some kind of a memorial to the Blazers. I don't know. Don't worry, it'll be fixed and something's going to happen. Who knows? Doesn't really matter because they won't be playing. I'm editing them out. All right, Louisville moving up to 12. Arizona only dropped to 13. There is Auburn 7-2 trying to climb back into the things. Arkansas on its way down with their injuries. They'll probably fall from the top 25 here sooner or later. Virginia Tech 8-1, 16th. You got Florida State, LSU, Oklahoma a surprising 19th. They haven't really played anybody. Basically all they've played is Tennessee and they lost. So that's the reason why they're ranked so low. They have Baylor this week, TCU next week. Trust me, they beat Baylor, they beat TCU. They will not be sitting back in the teens. They will have a single-digit ranking. Speaking of which, I didn't even see where TCU moved up to 8. Baylor and TCU have just stayed very close together throughout the season. Bama working their way back up there, of course. Why not? Georgia Tech, top 25, a Chad Kelly-less Ole Miss team. It crushes me that he got hurt in that Arkansas game. At least it was a win, 27-24. But it's basically all she wrote for the Ole Miss schedule. And Notre Dame, after its shocking upset loss to Pittsburgh, dropped all the way down to 25, just barely holding on to a spot. Which actually is crucial here because when we expand this thing out to 32 teams, one of the things, and we're going to look at the BCS, one of the things that automatically gets you into the 32-team tournament is conference champions and being ranked in the top 25 of the BCS, which right now Notre Dame is 22nd. And there's West Virginia just barely holding on there. I wouldn't mind seeing them in the 32-team tournament. Speaking of checking things out, so in the coaches poll, the Blazers Memorial is at 11. What do they have on the media poll? 12. Okay. Yeah, just having some fun there. All right, guys, I'll remind you, we are still trying to beat the dog. My God, man, the dude doesn't put up anything for a month. He still gets subscribers at the same rate I do. Come on, help me beat this dog. And as always, join me Mondays and Wednesdays, 8:45 Eastern Time for my live Twitch streaming. We have a good time on Twitch chat. Talk a lot about college football. I have been yelled at that I should never do again math. So if you ever hear me doing math, I'll probably get shocked with some kind of shock collar. Anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe and help me beat the dog. Follow me on Twitch and stop by. Don't just follow me on Twitch. Stop by. Join the chat. If you're gonna do anything, just don't follow. Just join the chat. Have some fun. Or watch the games live. Regardless, I don't care. It's Monday and Wednesdays, 8:45 Eastern Time. We have Fat Finger Guessing that has started. There is a video in the playlist. Definitely look at it. See how you get involved in Fat Finger Guessing. We've got the computer simulation versus my football picks versus a team YouTube pick and a team Twitch. Get involved. We'll see who wins the Fat Finger Guessing Season 1 championship. I appreciate everything that y'all do with the subscriptions, the likes, the comments, all your input. Y'all have